All right, we're now ready to start our post-game press conference. We're now joined by Tom Mark, Fidelis Okereke, and Jamel Jones. We'll open up for questions.
If you guys don't mind moving the mics.
Yeah, don't worry, I got it.
Tom, I'll start with you. Just 2-0 for the week, getting those first two Big West wins. What's it like?
It's definitely a good feeling to start the year off good. Start the year off 2-0. That's something we needed because we had like a low before the break. So this is definitely what we needed for the team. We need to work on that. We need to build on that.
Dal, what's it like? First two Big West wins, 2-0 this week.
I mean, it feels really good, you know. We've been working, I've been working individually, he's been working individually. He's been working a ton, you know what I'm saying? It was great to have him back. So, I mean, just having him back, having everybody together, you know, consistently working, like the coaches working, like all the pieces falling together for us to get those 2 wins, like they worth everything that we did. So it just makes me proud of my guys, man, honestly.
No.
That sounds good on there.
Yeah, how big of a win was tonight just to go 2-0 this week?
It was a good win. I think we just need to keep building on it. You know, we're not done.
All right, Tom, you guys out-rebounded, them. I'm trying to find the stat. 43-20, you came in, had 10 rebounds of those boards. Just talk about what was the approach, I guess, this game differently.
It's really the same approach we got every game. We need to get stops and rebound, and then we can run transition. Then we can do whatever we want on offense. That's one of our emphasis in the locker room. That we need to hop on the rebounds, because as y'all see, they were like tall, but they don't box out very well. So we just took advantage of that, kept pursuing the basketball.
All right, Fidelis, you kind of mentioned that you guys were really focused after Thursday's win. Just focused definitely on putting Long Beach away, making sure you guys get in good position to go 500 in conference, and just elevate your guys' play in conference. This was definitely a physical game. Is it just about conference play, or is it something about the adrenaline playing in front of the home crowd?
No, I mean, I go against, anything. I'm not really, it doesn't really change for me, but I think it's just more so that we're in conference play. Like, now it's time for us to really strap down everything, tie loose ends and anything like that. We had a cool, preseason, but now that the time is here, like, we're really trying to tie up all the knots so we can give them everything that we got. Just like, Coach has said in the locker room, like, you feel me, we still can do more to improve. Like, this isn't our finished product. So it really is just about giving out the best product that we can give every night.
All right, question for you, Jamel. 25 points. Do you feel that you're getting more confident in not just scoring but creating your own shot?
Yes. We work every day, and knowing that the work we all put in, it just, it has to build you. It has to build your character and your confidence.
Hey, Tom, these are your first 2 big games back after injury and working hard and getting going. What's it feel like to play, now 2 big games over 20 minutes? This one was nearly 30 minutes for you. How are you feeling after 2 big games like that?
I'm feeling good. I'm glad to be back. I couldn't wait. I've been waiting since the summer, really. I've been working hard. I've been sitting on the sideline. It's not fun to sit on the sideline and watch people play basketball. So, yeah, I'm glad to be back. I'm just trying to build on that.
Yeah, you're little things here. It's like every time it's like, ooh, come back, and it was a big deal every time you came through tonight. How does that make you feel to be part of something that you guys are obviously trying to do here with these these first 2 wins, the new year, kind of turn it on now with conference? That's got to be a great feeling for you.
Yeah, it's definitely a great feeling. Yeah, and yeah, that's all I got. Really, that's definitely good. It's a great feeling.
How about for you guys, having a guy like Tom ready to come in and be a spark? Not a spark. 28 minutes of spark tonight.
For me, it's great. Having a guy that loves defense on your team, it's real rare to me. But having a guy like Tom, a shot blocker, an extra passer, unselfish guy, it's just good to play with a guy like that.
Yeah. And then Jamel, for you, I mean, 25 points tonight. I know early in the season, you're obviously with the big scorer every time and everything else. How have you changed your game? I mean, you get the big points and all, but there's a lot more to you now. I think that as this team has really come together, I think you've made it a point to really just really fit in and really obviously work on what coach wants you to do and everything else. Tell me about your game right now.
Yeah, I'm just buying in more and buying in more to the team and just trying to play my role, do my part to be successful on the team.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tonight you showed it a lot. Anything particular about tonight's game that felt good about?
I have my family here from Chicago, so it felt good seeing them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about for you, Fidelis? Thoughts on tonight? I mean, like I said, there's two really tough defensive games. A lot of physicality and everything else. There was even a moment there tonight for you. Thoughts on just kind of what, not only getting these 2 wins, but really, really stepping it up with this new year. I mean, it really is a big deal for you guys.
In terms of my thoughts on that, I mean, it's conference. It's gonna be physical. They gonna try to do everything that they can to stop us. They gonna throw the whole kitchen sink. I mean, obviously there was one play before the half where I got knocked down, but you know what I'm saying. It's really just love for my team that I overcome the pain or anything like that. Like as soon as I see my teammates when I opened my eyes, I was like, nah, like I gotta finish this off. Like we're here and we gotta put this team down. And that's all I was thinking. So, I mean, I'm not really worried about it being physical every night. That's why I'm here. I'm a physical guy. So I balance out the scales or tip the scales for us to win. So, yeah, I mean, we're just here to play our best basketball every night.
Okay. I got one other question. CJ Hardy going out, you guys in the second half, keeping it going because, it's one of those things where the second half, another team can just come right out and try to go after you and everything else. Missing CJ and this team just really kind of, came together too. I know he got out there for a little bit in the second half, but how'd that feel without CJ, but to see everybody obviously do their part?
I'll go first. I mean, I think the best thing about being in this program, we prep for times like this. Like, we don't work on it after the fact. Like, it's before the fact. So, as you've seen, sometimes we had Kadar Waller bring up the ball, or we had Jamel Jones bring up the ball, or Marvin McGee bring up the ball. Like, these are things that we have prepared for in terms of times like this. So, even in those times, we still have guys like the next man. We prep for those times. So, I mean, even though CJ went down, that was just more fuel for us to, push harder. And it definitely showed in the way that we played.
We heard the Long Beach guys say, hey, he's out. They were like,
they thought we was down.
Yeah.
Dell, one more for me. How much of a confidence booster is it for you knowing that you're the big man in the middle, you're going to be playing, 33 minutes a night and impacting the game on both sides?
I just love to be out there to help my team out any way I can. Like, especially the defensive end, that's, that's where I get a lot of my energy from. Being able to help them on screens, you feel me? I definitely feel like I could have done a better job tonight, but that's, all work with coach and stuff like that. But it feels good to know that my teammates can trust me that long on the floor and stuff like that. From Mill to Tom giving me passes, like, everything. So it just makes me want to just keep going, and that's kind of what helps me push through every minute that I play out there.
Anyone else? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're now ready to resume the press conference. We're now joined by head coach Roger Barnes. Coach, could you please start us off with your thoughts on the game?
Well, obviously I'm excited. Thought our guys really played 40 minutes of very intense physical basketball. Just thankful for our team and the effort that they put in this week to prepare for the games, and really just proud of their effort more than anything. I thought it was another game that we showed the unity and also showed our versatility. And I mean, I really was proud of our bench. I thought we had some guys that came in off the bench that was huge for us. And I'm always thankful to God for every win, every opportunity I get to coach this game. And I'm thankful and grateful and to work with these young men and just to see them happy, to get rewarded for their hard work makes me feel good.
Coach, if you look at the first two conference games compared to the two this week, it looks like a totally different team, really. What do you think's been the biggest thing that you've seen change?
Well, I think, first of all, I think in the non-conference, I think we got tired. If you look at all the miles that we drove and flew and all of that kind of stuff, it was a very tough and strenuous non-conference. But I wanted to prepare our team for conference play. It's just unfortunate that we had to play two in the middle of our non-conference play. But I just thought after Christmas, I thought, and I even asked the guys, I said, man, what happens to us? And they were like, I said, I need you guys to tell me, because I see you one day and you're really good, and I see you next day, it's like, Coach, we were tired. Like, we were just worn out. And we don't want to make any excuses, but, and really we were talking about the embarrassment at North Dakota. And they were just saying it's been times with the travel and the schedule that we've been tired. And I told them I understand that, but we got to get back and work. And I think everybody just took a self-evaluation like I asked them. And when we came back, it's been work. They've been focused. We've been having really good practices. And it's good when the coaches tell them that if you have a good practice and if we practice well, you'll get rewarded in a game. And I think that's basically what happened. It's also important that, you got Tom Mark. There was a starter for us last year, and a big, part of what we try to do, both offensively and defensively, and not to have him most of the non-conference because he was hurt, and trying to get him back. And then we made a decision just to sit him out to conference play, and as a result, you can see that we're a better basketball team with him.
Coach, they only had one lead for 45 seconds throughout the entire game, and that was in the first half, early on in the first half. What goes through your mind when you look at a stat line like that?
Well, I think we had a little bit more consistency. We only had one lull where I think we can, I think neither team scored for 2 or 3 minutes. But, when you're at home, and I tell our team, you want to set the tone. You want to come out right from the beginning and hopefully get a lead, and hopefully the fans push, and hopefully you just being at home in the comfort of, but also wanting to defend your home floor. If you can get a lead, then you want to hold on to it and not allow the other team to feel like they have a chance, or make them realize it's going to be a really tough night to win. And I thought our guys were on it. I thought it was some things that we did tonight together as a team that we haven't done on a consistent basis. And to do that 2 games in a row, I definitely feel good about where we are, but we know this is a tough conference. So we got to really have another great week of practice and get ready to get on the road and see can we win a road game.
43-20 in the rebound advantage. Thoughts on the boards? I know a lot. There's 19 offensive rebounds too.
Well, that was one of our keys. We said that we thought that the team that got the most offensive rebounds were going to have a better chance of winning the game, and we really told our guys that it's an area that, again, when we have Tom Mark, we're a better rebounding team. Even if he doesn't get the rebound, he caused so many problems, and I told those guys we wanted to be a plus 12 offensive rebounds, and they obviously did more than that. But I thought our guys did a great job, and And, you know, I told them during the game, and I continue to tell them, like, we got to want this. Like, they're not going to give it to us, so we got to go get it. So we got to go get the offensive rebound. You know, we got to go get some defensive rebounds so they don't get second chance points. And I think our guys really focused on that.
Under 9 turnovers, under 10 turnovers, Coach. Is that something that, as an aspect of the game, that you guys kind of had an emphasis going into this one?
You read our scouting report. That was one of the things we said, less than 10, and we win. And obviously someone told you that, or you got it off the board or something like that, but I'm kidding. But that was a goal. You know, we feel like, again, we have goals that we set for ourselves each and every night. They change some, but basically a lot of times it's the same. And we feel like if we can play under 10 and we can get, you know, where we get to 73 or 74 points, that we're defensively we're good enough to win games. And tonight was an excellent job from our guys of taking care of the basketball because they were very physical. It's a physical game. And a lot of bodies went down today and a lot of contact made. And for us to be 9 is just saying that, man, that we took care of the basketball. And because of that, I think that's why we were able to win the game.
Compared to last year, it looks like Fidelis is playing with a lot more confidence right now. I know he may drive you crazy with some of the fouls, but just talk about how much confidence he's playing with right now.
He's playing on another level than what he was last year. You know, I mean, we had a long talk during the summer, and, you know, again, I talked to our guys about the importance of Marvin, the importance of Tom and Corey and Fidelis, because I knew we had some other guys like CJ and Jamel and Marvin the fourth. I mean, I knew we had some depth with some guys that could come along. I knew Kadar was with us. But I felt like if those guys would kind of really lead us and hold it, fort down till we get those other guys ready. And I think our team our players that were here, well, I feel like we got a lot of upside still to this team because I think we've got some guys as Marvin the fourth came in, shot the ball, got one shot, I think it was, made it. He's an exceptional, great shooter. But we haven't played him as much because we were trying to get the rest of our guys understanding Jamel and CJ, guys like that, get them more comfortable with what we're doing. And now we're starting to add some other guys. So, again, I think our team has really handled the situation well of being in a situation we're in and trying to go forward in what we're trying to do.
How exciting for it as a coach, though, to know that you can win Big West games handily, but also you guys haven't hit your ceiling.
Well, this feels good, but I know we got some teams, and our league is going to do that. I mean, as we go forward, guys, teams are going to get better, and we want to be one of those teams. But, you know, again, we're taking one step at a time. I think we're seeing what CJ can bring now because he has a better understanding of what he can do and what we need for him to do. I mean, I think you saw Jamel tonight. But then when you add veterans on the back line like Tom and you add Fidelis, then that puts you in a position that if we stay together and play together, we got a really tough team. And we'll be a tough out for somebody to get a win against us.
Anybody else?
Thoughts on, thoughts on 80 points? You know, I mean, it's been a while. I mean, I know you've had it this year, but I mean,
Yeah.
80 points feel pretty good.
Well, I mean, yeah, it feels good, but winning feels better. So,
You win by a point.
yeah, about a point. I don't feel good tonight. But I think it says something about our team. And we've had, you know, I think our guys have been trying to figure it out. And that's one of the things that I talked about. Like, C.J. Hardy understanding now how important he is to push the issue. And early on, he was back and forth. He would push it this game, wouldn't push it that game, you know. Because he was kind of, you know, allowing the other guys, the Marvins and the Coreys, but he plays into what we do. And trying to convince him to understand, to take that role, it's not easy for a new guy coming in and you got that many veterans around you. And I think, you know, from watching film, our coaches have done a great job. And from our team encouraging him, I think he's playing with a lot of confidence right now. So if we can continue to play at that pace You know, I think you were here about a month ago, and I kept saying, we're not playing as fast as I would like. You know, we got to pick up the pace. We got to try to get some things in transition. And we're still not where I want to be. 80 points I like that. But we still got a better place that we can play it because, again, we have depth and we can use it better by playing faster.
How did it feel not having CJ out there in the second half, and yet obviously your team, I don't want to say didn't miss a beat, but certainly it didn't become a factor?
Well, I mean, gosh, I mean, you always wonder, you know, when you lose guys like that. It was just, I mean, CJ is as important as Tom has been. And you know, I'm not a coach that like to make a lot of excuses, but I kept saying when we get healthy, when we get our team together, like we're not together yet, and that's nothing negative for our team, but it's just like tonight when we lost CJ, we had guys that say, hey man, we gotta hang in there and we gotta push forward. And again, I thought Kadar, I thought Jaden Alexander, I thought it was easier when you got a guy like Jamel that you can come down and get him the ball and make plays for you. So I was happy that we didn't come unraveled, that we didn't look like we was pressing. And we look comfortable with him not being out there, even though he's super important to us.
How's he feeling right now?
I don't know. I mean, when he said he's going to tell me he's all right. Because, I mean, even in the game, like, you know, I could tell he was hurting. And he started telling me, I said, man, can you play or not? He's like, yeah, I can play. I said, I don't want to hear all the rest of it. You know, we'll worry about that later because, you know, I don't want to hear the excuses or, you know, whatever. Either you can play or you can't. If you can't play, I've never want a guy to play hurt. I've never done that in my career and won't do it now. But if you can play, then just say, Coach, I can play and let's go. I don't want to hear about what my hand hurting and they taped this finger. Like, can you play? And he went out there for a while and then he came out and said, Coach, I just can't go anymore. And then I thought our guys really handled it well. I think they were thinking of him, but I thought it didn't look like our team changed. It didn't look like the pace changed, and that was huge. And there's confidence for them, but also I have confidence, you know, seeing that happen, that we'll be all right, you know, if he happens to go down again.
He was good.
Thank